My DMs are filled with questions from people asking how they get into the industry, if they should get into it, if it's worth it. And I have always had a super strong aversion to answering them. And I've realized it's because I feel like this industry is only good for a very specific personality type, and only the right kind of person with the right passions and mindset can flourish and enjoy it despite all of the challenges and the suffering that it inevitably will bring to you. We all have something that we won't quit at no matter how hard it gets. That the courage to suffer for it is worth it to us. That so aligns with our value systems and what we think makes our life worth living that we will never quit it or regret doing it. This is that for me. This is literally a dream come true for me, and I thank every freaking day that I made the decision to jump off the cliff into the abyss and swim towards my goal. And I knew the challenges that were ahead, and I knew that I very well might fail at it and I might lose myself in the process, and it was still worth it to me. It was still worth it to me even if it ended up destroying me. I can't know if someone has that in them. The only person that can know really is them. And if they're the right personality type for this job, I truly believe that even if everybody tells them not to do it, they're still gonna do it. So my say in it shouldn't matter at all to you. You shouldn't be tentatively in my messages asking if you should go into this job, because that's such a personal, massive life decision that I can't make for you. And that is why I will never ever recommend to anybody or push anybody or even help them like figure out how to do it, because I don't want to be part of the reason that they look back in the future and regret their decision to go in the industry. I would never, ever, ever want to wish the suffering of this job on somebody who didn't want it so bad, who didn't know what they were getting into, and who doesn't actively enjoy the challenges that this job brings. One of the biggest misconceptions is that it's easy money. It is absolutely not easy. You have to be prepared for an existence of challenge and adversity and uncertainty just around your job alone. Family, friends, relationships, mental stability, political support, the ability to rent or apply for loans or even get a bank account. And most importantly, the hardest part is to be able to withstand the bullying and maintain a sense of self, even when everybody is telling you that your existence is wrong. So in that case, the money is quite a perk. And it's also going to become one of the only things that reminds you that what you're doing brings pleasure to a lot of people out there that are like you. Because everyone else is going to try and tear you down, or they're too scared to admit that they're enjoying what you have to offer. So if you don't get deep inner satisfaction from this job, the money is going to be the only good part. And that is not going to be enough to keep you afloat. I promise you, you can make money anywhere. There are easier ways to make money. You don't have to suffer in this job if it's not the only one that makes your life worth living. The people that succeed in this job have the deep inner passion and curiosity to persist and pursue this career, even if it costs them everything: money, sanity, family, everything. The next thing I want to talk about is the bullying. When you are talked down to and torn apart and told you're annoying and gross and disgusting and ruining the planet and ruining love for people so many times, over and over, every single day, even if you don't believe it, it will inevitably come up on your screen and invade your brain. Will you be able to hold on to your sense of self, or will you lose yourself? I cannot know that, and I would never, ever, ever subject someone to this job that doesn't have the capability, when facing all of that, to still trust themselves and their decision. I knew that I could do this job. I was prepared for it, and I knew it was necessary to make my life worth living. And still, I have had moments where my confidence completely bottoms out, or I've questioned my ability to keep going. And I've had to pick myself up and persist. And the only way I'm able to do that is because I have a deep inner desire and curiosity for this job and this experience. And I have also a deep inner belief that what I'm doing is right. And no matter what anybody says, I believe that. You have to have that too, about any goal or anything that you're doing, but specifically in this job, no matter how many people tell you that what you're doing is wrong, you have to know inside of you that what you're doing is right. Another huge challenge for this job is the endless flexibility and problem solving that it requires. And that is why I will never sell a course telling people how to do it or how to get into the industry or how to make more money, because I can't change society, which really causes the majority of the struggles with this job. Yes, I can help you make more money, but I can't help you with the main hurdle, which is the societal judgment. So not only are you going to be dealing with judgment and discrimination and bullying, you're also just going to be trying to keep your business afloat in a constantly unstable environment. Your social media is going to get deleted, which is your main form of marketing. Everybody gets deleted all the time. Your income's going to plummet because you can't market yourself anymore. And you're going to have to pick yourself up, start from zero again, and believe that you can build it back up just for it to get deleted again. Or the social media you use dies off, or the algorithm changes, and you have to find a new platform and train yourself how to use it and how to grow on it and how to promote your business on it. For me, I've used so many different platforms: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Reddit, Twitter. I started out a novice on all of those, literally no idea what to do. I had to make so many mistakes, flop so many times, and eventually get better and better at it. It never stops and it never gets easier. And that takes a lot of inner determination and strength to deal with those ups and downs, which is why I believe that the more challenges you face and overcome at the start of this job, the more you're gonna build your confidence and ability to succeed in this job and keep it for a lifetime. I also think that experiencing those challenges as early as you can will help you figure out how you want to structure this job in a way that you can survive it. Because there is 101 different ways to do this job. You can work with your boyfriend, you can work with new people, you can work with alone with no one. You can market yourself in different ways. You build it completely by yourself. And the sooner you learn what challenges you can deal with and ones that you can't, you'll be able to structure it in a way that works for you instead of following this like one size fits all model that a lot of like agencies try to put on you, that ends up making girls absolutely miserable. And if I make it easier for you, you might end up in something that you weren't prepared for without the mental fortitude or early trials that you need to face the bigger challenges that are going to come later on. All that I hope you take from me is that I do not want to glamorize my job, but I do want to glamorize courage and passion. This path is not your path, this is mine, but the courage and the suffering is going to be the same. You're going to find your path regardless of what I tell you to do. And I just hope when you do find it that you have the courage to jump into it. I never want to glamorize this job or this industry, but I cannot help but be honest about the glamour and the pleasure and the joy and the peace that comes when you muster up the courage to jump in the abyss towards your goal or your dream. This is life for me. This is my passion. I thank God every freaking day that I had the courage to go into this job. I absolutely love it and enjoy it so freaking much. And I'm so happy and fulfilled and full of peace and confidence, no matter how much it fucks me up the literal ass. I know that the majority of you watching this would not feel the same way from this job. Most of you would probably think this is literal hell. So all I'm basically trying to say is the bigger your dream is, the bigger the suffering and challenges and resistance along the way is going to be. The suffering of this job is not unique But I do not think that it is survivable for somebody who doesn't have this as their passion or deep inner goal or reason for existence. You have to find the path that is worth the suffering for you, and then muster up the courage to dive into it and pursue it. Even if it costs you everything, even if it destroys you, you know that it's the right path for you. And if you do that, I swear, it feels so freaking amazing. No matter what suffering you go through, the feeling of freedom and living for a value of yours will bring you so much pleasure among the literal unavoidable pain of life. And that's really all I have to say. I hope you go after your own path, because it's all gonna fucking suck along the way, so you better like enjoy the suck of it. I love you guys. Bye.